welcome to Inside the Air Frog, guys. How you doing?
It's not recording.
It's definitely recording.
It's not recording. Look,
It's
this
definitely
thing's not on.
You guys, look, there's John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that's right. I'm John Travolta. That's my. I sound like Jesse Eisenberg.
I'm Castor Troy.
I'm John Travolta.
Just do some face waterfalls and we'll be good to go.
You sound like the cat guy from Arcane.
Yes, the cat guy from Arcane.
Was it Heisenburger or something?
Glad you guys are watching.
We finished it.
We finished it.
It's
Great.
done.
It's fantastic. By the way, Arcane, guys, watch it. Fantastic.
See? Yeah, that train.
I mean, other than a teenager daddy boyfriend
But it's
relationship.
supposed to be because she
didn't like the side boob at all.
No, it really creeped me out.
I don't
Can I
know
drop?
side boob.
Wow.
I should.
I feel I'm proud of you.
And I should.
I'm really proud of you.
I mean, she was
I
so
saw
so it wasn't like
all the
sexualizing
side
at
boob.
all.
I saw all the side boob. I'm so that's like
Like the other two
actually-
ladies.
I-
yeah,
it
makes
was like
me feel
before
good.
That.
I didn't see it until like the
Makes me
end.
feel
You
good.
kept pointing it out. I was like, I missed it. I wasn't
no,
like.
there's
paying
so
attention.
much side boob on her.
Well,
And I'm, like,
she's
really
so
happy
childlike
with
to
it.
me that I wasn't like.
I think
and
it's also-
I'm not even like trying to be like oh I'm so feminist. I was just like yeah because.
I think it was
No,
easy to not
broken,
pay
no.
attention because the acting was so good that you weren't
Yeah,
really paying
certainly.
attention. To
And
it.
the animation was so beautiful.
It
Yeah.
was beautiful.
Fucking gorgeous. And like I had no clue how they did that as fast as they did. You know, they came out very quickly. At least in terms of like how things happen. But let's proceed.
Yeah, drink.
Let's talk about this beer.
Cinnamon
Firestone.
Dolce.
Cinnamon Dolce Nitro,
Nitro
Stout.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm ready for
Let's
that.
drink these beers, guys.
Prost.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is
So good.
that's
Beer
great.
before glory, you guys.
Firestone, guys, great
Yeah.
brewing company.
Says highest quality.
Also,
I
ketchup.
agree.
Kettle chips.
Oh, there's like lions on the side. There's a lion and a bear. Oh, you guys. You guys. It's like Pete Dunne and that was when Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle were together before the world went to complete garbage.
There's some lion crying blood, though. I mean, that's what people don't want to know.
No, I'm crying blood.
How are you guys? I
'Cause I
imagine
miss
you
the
were.
Riddle
That's a
days.
stunt you need to do. Before Matt Riddle was a horrible person.
Before he was a questionable and you didn't give a shit anymore person.
He was still horrible.
Hey, how you doing, John Travolta?
Before
I'm
Pete
doing-
Dunne
I'm
got
doing
like
great.
swollen.
Oh, I don't know how. I don't have John Travolta. I'm sorry.
Just do the face waterfall.
I'm
Grease
okay.
lightning, go grease lightning, go
It's been a
grease
week at
lightning.
work, and you know we're recovering from such a great Thanksgiving / maybe Christmas when this gets out. But I'm posting quicker, trying to. At this point, we'll see.
I judge nothing.
But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
You know,
General holidays.
my son got his second COVID shot today.
Woo!
Yeah, I got to wait 2 weeks for it to solidify. He only got a little bit of headache, which was nice, and he was very confused about it because we weren't really warned for it. But
Like we're going to do something. Okay, what are we going to do? Oh, you're gonna get a shot at you. Yeah.
no, he's super brave.
Whammy.
He's super brave boy. which is nice.
Dan is 16 years old. Dan
True.
was not good with shots when he was younger. And he was always a large child, so that was like a lot to manage.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously. And now that he's older, it's funny because the last time we went to the doctor, he had really high blood pressure, and he's like,
Yeah.
he's like, I get nervous at the doctor's office because he knows he's gonna probably have to get a shot, especially at his yearly. But he was so good with his COVID shots, though. He was ready to get it as soon as his age group was approved. He's like, I want to go get it. And I think almost the store setting almost makes it better because you're not at the doctor's office. You're at the store, you're like, it's a normal setting, and then all of a sudden they're just like, oh, you're done, there you go, there's your COVID shot. So, hopefully that, good for Connor. He's a brave kid.
So Matt, how's your veteran doing over there?
Pretty great.
How are you doing, dear?
I'm training somebody more. But I was supposed to training for 3 weeks. My boss sends me an email. It's like, yeah, I've granted your request, Tyler, my training. And so you'll be moving back to nights. That's all it says on it. It's like, I was like, did he like say he didn't want to work with me?
Right. Like, ooh.
We only worked 1.5 days together at this point.
Plus, he's literally their MVP.
I'm just like, I look
He is
over
the
Tyler and I'm
best
like,
person they
I look
have
over Tyler,
there,
I'm like,
hands down.
What the hell is this? And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess he had like a childcare issue. He's like, I can't like get my kid to school like in the morning because I'm here.
Right.
I'm like, okay. So I texted my boss. I'm like, what? And he's like, oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. I'm like, okay.
Like thumbs medium on this.
Well,
But
thumbs medium.
at least I won't be training someone, I guess,
he
after this week.
is literally, and I'm telling everyone, all the hundreds,
Very unbiased.
thousands
opinion,
of people who are paying attention. No, I'm saying unbiased.
yeah.
He's the best person they have.
And the
And
section's person that has.
The,
She had-
I mean,
disclaimer-
that goes without saying.
Disclaimer,
But,
she has seen my butt.
I'm saying he is their MVP. Like, he's the best trainer they
No, you
have.
meant LVP, right? Least valuable player. Right.
Yeah, for 15
No,
years. Yeah.
She's saying I am MVP of there, so I'm Montavious.
Yeah.
Montavious, yeah.
Wow, really.
Whatever the V is.
The
like that.
trivia man quarter.
Ponchos.
I do wear baseball gloves a lot to work, and I go, come when I come in and do
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you
what he
gotta
does
do
when
that,
he's coming, right?
You gotta do that.
Also, when we're in bed. Yeah.
I'm coming. Oh, I do a lot.
And guys, if you come like that out there, please let us know in the comments, okay? How are you doing, Katie? We didn't really ask how you're doing. I wanna know.
I'm severely
I
depressed.
wanna know. Well, I can share your pain there.
We're
I,
watching Yellowstone though. That's pretty fun.
We are watching Yellowstone. I
With
probably
Kevin Costner?
in the next day or two plan to put a post on Instagram just talking to other people who are probably as depressed as I am, but I'm just like, I hate my job. We've had so many people quit. We're so short-staffed. It's more work than any one person can handle, and it's not that you don't want to do the work, it's that you literally cannot handle all of the work, and so you're completely
Sure.
discouraged and you just want to crawl.
I honestly feel like the world needs to take a week off and just like do hiring if they can
Yeah.
for places, and like just
Yeah.
like take the time to like interview people and like be like, hey, you
So,
should be working.
I was
let's get back
hired
to
in
work.
June. As of this week, I am the most senior person on my team, which was a fully established team, but everyone moved on to bigger and better things. They've poached so much within the company that we're all short-staffed, which I totally understand what's going on behind this. And honestly, props to the fucking people who are like, the stress is not worth it. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to work 2 part-time jobs. I'm going to find something that makes me happy and that requires me like not having to deal with people or whatever they're doing out there.
Or doing the
Props
boss
to
at
those
least.
people.
No, yeah.
Seriously. Like, props to those people. But the people who are left behind to do all of the work, and I don't know who's listening to this, but that's what I want to talk to people about, is it's really hard right now to be handling all of that work. So I've been severely depressed since I learned I wasn't going back to the office because of COVID, and I've talked
Which is
about
like,
this a few
it's
times.
and like, it's funny like you don't like understand like a lot of people anyway. Nothing you definitely understand. Like some people don't understand like the fact that like when you're in an office culture and you cannot go and see those people, and
Yeah.
it's like a faceless thing where it's like, oh, these people still
You're not
exist.
connected to people.
I'll see them
Yeah,
at a little
exactly.
screen in Zoom.
No,
like,
exactly.
no,
I
man.
literally, actually, so it was funny. So I work in auto claims right now, but I was in workers' comp before this. And I actually reached out because there was a position open in workers' comp. And I'm like, let's just see how it, and I assumed, I was like, it's going to be just as shitty there, but let's reach out. I talked to one of my old coworkers who was in the office with me, and he was like, it's terrible here. He's like, there's not enough people. We all have too much work. He's like, it's probably exactly the same as you are, as where you are. But he's like, but if you want to come over here, come join us and help us, you know? And I'm like, okay, I get it. But we were both talking, we both loved being in the office. And I was like, I miss being a person outside of my family. Like, I'm no longer a person outside of my home anymore. Like, it's very rare that I get to go out there and be my own person, you know? And I'm like, I miss like wearing real clothes and like, you know, and I was like, I get so distracted here. And it was funny because he was like, when I was first home, I was really into it. And now I don't give a shit. And I'm like, dude, look, that's exactly where I am. And I hate it. I hate that they were like, oh, it saves us money, like, you know, on property. And it's like, cool, but it doesn't save you money in customers because you're losing customers because your front end people are burnt out, you know?
Well,
So-
they need to figure out a good way to replace too.
Well, and yeah, I'm sorry,
Replenish.
I'm ranting. It's just
It's
it's been rough. It's
Usually
been rough
it's
since
Mike.
probably
I'm a steel chip,
yeah.
so.
It's been rough since COVID started, but especially
April's great.
since please eat. Especially since April, because April's when they confirmed we weren't going back to the office, and then literally 2 weeks later was when I learned that my job was being absorbed. So, and I'm so lucky to have like maintained a job. Like I've worked all through COVID. I do appreciate that. I really do, but. And I'm not even like a healthcare worker. Like healthcare workers, you are so burnt out and you've had to watch people die from this shit or suffer from this shit. And I can't even imagine those jobs. Like I feel very grateful
I mean,
for
I'm
what
not a
I
healthcare
do
worker and
have.
I've watched several people die too. So
Exactly, but
Well,
you
that's 'cause
know.
you killed them.
I mean, I watched them
Right.
die because it got me in a wreck.
Right. Murder boner.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I just it's been rough and I'm just like really coming to terms with that. And I've been talking to people and I'm like, I just don't know that it's worth the stress anymore because it's like the toll it takes on your life is a lot.
It's one of those things where like I need to brainstorm and just find something that
like,
brings
can
me
we
joy.
start a business,
But
please?
yeah, like also do. But
Yeah.
brings me joy. You know?
Speaking of something that brings me joy, guys.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go. Good
that's-
segue.
You're perfect. Let's
Good
get into some
segue.
news.
Guys,
Bring 'em
Red
on.
Notice is now the biggest Netflix movie of all
Of course
time.
it is.
We did it,
Of course
guys.
it
We
is.
watched it.
No, red. Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you
But
okay.
I'm pretty sure it's about Gal Gadot getting her period.
No, it's a
Red
sequel to
Notice.
Burn Notice, Mike. Obviously.
So it's an ad for sunglasses.
No, I thought it was like a continuation of the movie Red, you know, with Helen Mirren
Yeah, it's like
and
Notice
Bruce
that
Willis.
Red's
What
gonna
if,
happen.
Yeah,
what if
exactly.
it's a movie
That's
Red
a great
and
movie,
Burn
by the
Notice
way.
come
Yeah,
together?
actually, Red's good.
What if Red and Burn Notice come together?
Yes.
Oh,
Right?
I'd watch that.
Wait, is that Helen Mirren fucking the guy from Burn Notice?
I'd watch that 100 times.
Right.
Either way,
Ooh.
like either one being the top.
I would.
Either one being the top for that, I'd watch it.
I love Helen Mirren, by the way. Beautiful.
Dane?
Good job.
I thought you said Dane Helen Mirren?
Dane Cook.
Dane
Helen
Cook
Mirren.
Dane. I
Mirren?
said Dane.
It's
There's
like
an
Alan
What
National.
if Dane Cook fucked Helen
Okay, that's right. I'm gonna fuck Helen Mirren.
I'd probably still watch it.
Yeah.
If you gave her the super finger.
He would.
328 million streams. Beating the old one. Which was the old one?
Beating?
What was the old record holder?
The old
You
record
probably know
holder
this.
was
Well, what do you
what
what-
they-
Streams?
for a Netflix original movie? What was the old record holder?
Oh, record holder. Netflix?
Hmm?
Mm.
You might be able to guess this.
It's like Chris Hemsworth. One. I can't remember that.
Oh, it's Bird
God,
Box.
Bird? Is that a movie?
I was gonna guess the
Then
one.
after-
278 million.
I'm gonna guess the other. I was gonna guess the other Ryan Reynolds one where they're like the car heist. What was that?
Oh my God, Six.
We watched that.
yeah,
Something
Yeah,
six.
the Six. It's called the Six.
Situation
It's
six.
called the Six. I
Oh,
believe.
just the six. Yeah.
Something stupid like that.
It was bad.
We
That was a
watched
bad
so
fucking
many
movie.
Netflix
No,
originals,
Bird Box
you
was
guys.
Bird Box was a gem compared
That
to
movie
movie.
brings back horrible nightmares. I don't even want to think
That was a bad
about it.
movie.
Bird Box.
No,
It
Bird Box
was
was
terrifying.
Bird Box was okay compared to the Six.
Sure.
The
Okay.
Six was-
I mean, the six at least had Ryan Reynolds. There was no one
Guys, did we burn
endearing.
both those
in
movies?
We did.
Do we have to burn Red Notice now?
I mean, we
I'm
watched
okay with
it.
that. Sure.
We'll watch it again.
Sounds
It's a great
great,
movie.
yeah.
Let's watch it again.
Like for what it's worth, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Like even Jimmy was like, I want to watch that. I was like, oh,
You should watch it. Well, like just like
Canada
the
loves
beefcake.
you back.
Yeah.
the beefcake per pound in
Besides,
that movie is.
I feel like Jamie's one of those chicks like me who was like,
Yeah,
oh,
you get it?
no, I'm like
Oh.
not attracted to The Rock, but
Jimmy
then he just
fucking
grows
is
on you.
so
and you're-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like very annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't even like him in this.
No,
but I wanna
because,
watch everything
like,
he's in. I'm like,
because I feel like she and
And
I
lick
grew
his
up in a
nipples.
lot,
Yeah, like-
sometimes, some ways in the same way where it's like, oh, too much beefiness,
Yeah.
like they're dumb if they have too many
The Rock
muscles,
was-
and it's
The Rock.
like,
Listen.
Yeah.
Rock is amazing.
the Rock, the Rock Obama. Yeah.
That's all I
Guys,
got for that.
speaking of the Rock Obama, that's a bad segue.
The Rock Obama.
Guys,
Also, if The Rock ran for president,
do you
right?
guys know what Dunkin' Egg is?
I have a whole thing on it.
Are you talking about the WWE
No,
duck
no,
egg,
no.
which also ties into Red Notice?
Oh, it might as well.
The
be
Red
that.
Notice egg?
Okay.
Dunkin' Egg, guys, the prequel.
It's a prequel to
following
Game of Thrones.
Sir Duncan the Tall, an Aegon Targaryen. 9
What?
years before Game of Thrones.
Okay. I had a
But
big.
that's not the
This is actually my
prequel
big
they're
news.
making, right?
Was a
This is your big news? Oh,
no. Was a big flow of this because
Whoa, oh boy.
before I was going to introduce this, there was actually
Oh boy.
Bob Greenblatt, who was one of the former Warner
Warner
Media
Brothers.
heads, was interviewed about a book he's writing, and he talked about a Game of Thrones pilot that he had written that he spent $30 million on, and then they canceled because he didn't like it.
He didn't like it?
He didn't like it.
This is Bob Greenblatt.
He scrapped it in 2019, so this was supposed to come out like 2020-ish.
Wait, so this is not the current prequel show they're working on about the
It's not.
Targaryen.
Which is not. It is
900, like 300 years in the past.
Yeah.
We have no idea actually what this plot is about. All we know is that Naomi Watts was tagged to star in it.
Well, she does look like a Targaryen.
And she played an egg, yeah.
She could have been an egg. But he said it wasn't up to snuff. And it was supposedly not the tale of Dunk and Egg. Which Dunk and Egg is
gotta be great.
it's based on 3 novellas that George R. Martin wrote about
In
God, when you
1998, by the way,
deep dive
in 98 he wrote the first one.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think 2004 and then 2010 is the third.
I think so, yeah.
Which that's crazy.
It shows you can write books sometimes when he's
Cool.
trying.
Okay.
But it's based on this squire that becomes a knight who becomes the head of the Kingsguard.
Sir Duncan the Tall.
And Aegon Targaryen, who is his squire, who becomes the king later.
And the dragon guy.
And like the hilarity
dragon
that
guy.
ensues.
Well, and like they hired a writer for this,
They did.
and he's like a lot
His
of
name's
stuff
Steve
does is
Conrad.
very comedy.
Steve Conrad. Actually, he was one of the
You
lead
know what?
writers.
Honestly, go the fucking deep, like mainstream TV comedy. Do that. That's what I want.
Okay.
No, seriously, that's what I want
One
for this
camera
TV show.
sitcom.
Yes. I don't want. They're already doing the Targaryens show.
Well-
I don't want another like gritty fantasy show.
This show
like,
sounds like it could be more whimsical if it were to ever come out.
sure.
I mean, it's called Duncan Egg.
Yeah, exactly.
He did The Pursuit of Happiness. He was one of the main writers in that. He was also one of the main
Not
writers
funny. That one's not
on
funny.
The
No.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which
Yeah.
is interesting. Very whimsical stuff.
Which, by the
but
way, a great
there's a lot-
movie. If you don't like Secret Life
But
of
there's a
Walter
lot
Mitty,
of
you're that person.
there's a lot of whimsical stuff involved in this. So this could be like not necessarily funnier, but maybe more lighthearted, more whimsical of a take on the Game of
Do you
Thrones.
think
of
that
Westeros.
there'll be at least one episode where they have that?
Yeah, no beheadings. You know, just like fun,
Yeah.
knights doing goofy
I know.
knight stuff. You
I
know.
know. Duncan's involved in some shit, and I read the synopsis of the 3 books. I was like, I mean, he's still involved in some shit. Like,
Okay.
I was like, there still could be some shit.
He's
But-
Duncan the Tall.
But at least maybe not $30 million for a pilot type shit.
I mean, there's probably $30 million
dollars.
Duncan Egg thing, so.
That's why I don't work in
Also,
Hollywood.
guys, just all our Syracuse people, this is not Duncan Bright. This is different.
Or Dunkin' Donuts. I was thinking like get the Dunkin' Egg where they make an egg in their little fryer thing and then
We passed by one of them and it's just Dunkin'. Oh, we were there. We were by the movie theater, by the mall.
We were there. You were with us.
You guys know that the mall is the super secret bad guys behind the Keep 81 highway thing,
I
right?
saw something on it earlier today.
There's nothing
Makes
good
sense.
that comes out of that mall anymore.
No. They're like the largest. They literally said the largest mall in New York, which is suffering badly. And I was like, yes.
Which is also
Yes.
not the largest mall in
Why?
the world. Because the
Why?
Palisades is larger and it's in New York.
Why did they build on this mall?
You know what's good that comes out of the
No.
mall? They have a liquor store that has aviation gin there.
In the mall?
Oh. Is that you?
Is a liquor store in the mall?
I was thinking about getting you that because it's gin.
Oh.
There's also that purple gin that we had that one time at the.
Yeah, but I want to try Ryan Reynolds' gin.
Yeah, my
Because
friend.
it's got his
I'll keep
juice
it in mind.
right?
Guys, speaking of Ryan Reynolds, no, we already did that. Fuck!
No,
Damn it!
We didn't talk about Ryan Reynolds.
Guys, you know,
Abs.
living
Abs.
robots, guys, are learning to reproduce.
Oh my god, I saw this. Right?
What the
Cool.
fuck?
We need this. Cool.
So
Cool.
these
It's fine. It's fine.
so these
Fine.
living robots called Xenobots.
Mhm.
They've
Zemo? Like the
Zemo.
bad guy? Oh, okay.
Zeno.
Dino, oh,
Like
like
Xenobots.
Dean Martin.
Yeah, like, hey, there's someday.
Last night I slept like a baby. I woke up crying with a boob in my mouth.
Egalitarian. Guys, they learn to reproduce.
Yeah.
So the doomsday clock moves forward, I guess.
Yeah. We're all
It's gotta
fine.
be like past midnight, right?
Like-
We're already there.
I'm just saying, like, to add to all the normal
What
stressful
is it?
depression of just living in this world.
Just more existential.
Also, the
dread.
world you're leaving to your children that you already
You're gonna be
decided to
killed by
have.
micro robots.
You're gonna fight over water
made from
someday.
African clawed
Cool.
frog stem
No,
cells.
Awesome.
we'll be killed before the fight over water by the
No,
robots.
I
that
meant
reproduce.
them.
So,
Oh.
so basically, an AI has
Don't think that.
an AI has engineered African clawed frog stem cells
Yeah.
that can move, work together, and even self-heal.
Wait, so they're gonna make dinosaurs that kill the humans so
Well,
the
and like, so
robots
they
can
had-
take
they had
over?
People, I hope.
They basically had, like, AI designed this thing to reproduce in a certain way. And like, okay,
Well-
of course I will, crossing my AI
Yeah.
fingers. And so
I
under
won't fuck you guys badly.
basically under certain
time.
circumstances, they just like do this thing called kinetic reproduction, where they're just like, fuck, there's some new guys right there. You're like, wait, what?
Well, okay.
You're just biting
okay,
off your
here's-
elbow like,
here's
here's another one!
What the
Here's
fuck?
Counterpoint. This is how we get Battletoads.
Real life Battletoad.
I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing though. Do you want Battletoads?
Yeah,
to
they're
be
gonna
the
be on our
fucking
side,
middle class?
obviously.
Wait, you guys,
That
is
was
this?
the
Do you think this is what
Oh, wait.
happened?
Remember
Wait,
that-
do you think this is what happened in Atlantis and Egypt back in the day? Is that like they made AI that started reproducing in
And that's
animal
us?
type
Oh.
robot things, and
Anubis
that's what?
was born.
Yeah, exactly. And then
And then humans.
So Matt, if you remember Battletoads, the bad guys were crocodiles and humans, so they're not on our side at all.
yeah, if we got
We're
humans
fucked.
and crocodiles in
We
charge,
fucked.
we yeah.
Like basically, we made these crocodiles to stop
And
the
I mean,
Battletoads.
we
and it
have
didn't
you
work.
guys. We're basically leaving Florida to leaving Florida
Mm-hmm.
to all. That was a weird.
I like it. Keep going.
Keep going. No,
We're leaving
Fuck it, we're
Florida
alive.
to the crocodiles and the alligators.
We
So
should, and that's why we're gonna engineer them to kill
Yeah.
these Battletoads, but
Yeah.
it won't work. It doesn't work.
it'll be just like what was it?
That's
The
just like
Eternals,
bikes.
where it's like, oh, I made a shitty first thing.
Lasers from my
And
fingers.
they suck, and they can reproduce in weird ways. So I'm gonna make this better second thing, and you
But
can
also,
kill the 1st
don't
thing.
help the humans. Just
Yeah.
sit around
Yeah,
while they die.
yeah. Humans are just here to make this.
But then,
thing
like,
grow.
show up eventually.
Guys,
and,
we
like, do
really
stuff.
like the Eternals, so don't listen to them.
I actually did. Most people hated it, and I actually really
Yeah. So,
liked
guys, this was originally published in a scientific journal called PNAS.
it. Enos.
PNAS. PNAS. So if you like peanuts,
Who's that?
we all love peanuts.
If you like
what
peanuts,
country
then you
is
like
that
this.
from?
It's probably America. I don't know. It's,
Peanuts.
it's an international journal of some sort.
Peanuts.
obviously. Peanuts.
Cool. We're all fucked.
Peanuts.
Okay.
What else you got over there, little
Let's talk about some
pal?
other stuff. You guys, let's talk about Nicolas Cage.
What?
I think
What?
it's here.
Yeah, I got
Nicolas Cage.
John Travolta on my shirt.
So a new movie is
I'm
being
Castor
made.
Troy.
Come to the sound of my voice.
Mm. Come to the sound
I'm
of my
Castor
voice.
Troy.
Good, John Travolta. So Nicolas Cage, you guys, is gonna finally play Dracula.
About time. The
In,
role
in,
is
the,
meant
in
to
the
play.
Universe of Monsters spin-off movie Renfield.
Yeah. So it's funny because
Sorry,
I have
Nicholas
been
Holt, by the way.
looking
Another Nicholas.
another Nicholas, who's also a fucking nut job. So
Hey,
I'm ready
our
for it,
brother's
right?
name is Nicholas.
My son's name is Nicholas.
What?
Holy
This
fuck!
St. Nicholas is Santa Claus. Is this connected?
Oh my god!
It's all connected for the good, guys.
So anyway, Nicolas Cage as fucking Dracula. Yes, 100%.
I know.
Like, every other comment I've read on this, and I've read several now, I've been like, this is a fucking dream. This
Dream.
is like, this is either a
Literally.
dream or a complete nightmare, but
Yeah.
in the best way.
I think it's a dream for him, so that's the nice part.
But
But
I
that's
mean-
right, I am already a Dracula. Cold
Whoa.
blow.
So Nicholas Holt is playing Renfield, the insane, like, I think he's
Side
out of the
So-
asylum.
Yeah.
He's basically
Yeah.
in,
Renfield was the first guy who
in
came to
the
him.
Francis Ford Coppola
in England, though. In England.
books.
Renfield's from England.
movies.
Well, no, but so was the
Movie?
second guy. So
Yes.
there's Renfield, and then there's Keanu Reeves' character.
Keanu Reeves'
right?
character.
In
Just Keanu Reeves.
Budapest. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Just Keanu Reeves.
We should watch that soon. But anyway, yes. So Renfield is like the original character who's like, oh, I'm a lawyer, and I'm gonna come and help him sort out his estate
From an
or
insane
whatever.
asylum.
Yeah.
That's where he
No, he comes from
No, this is the
England
Nicholas
as a
Hoult version
lawyer,
that's gonna be that.
normal, and then he enters into an insane asylum afterwards because
He's
Dracula
been
makes
driven
him crazy. Because he
You're
like
making me crazy,
he
Dracula.
bites him but doesn't give him enough blood. He doesn't become a full vampire. He's like a half vampire, and so he's under his control. and he
it's a metaphor
A
for
blood
him,
doll or a thrall, maybe?
yeah, a thrall,
Yeah,
exactly
thrall. No,
right,
that's
yeah.
exactly what
So, and that's what Renfield is. He's like the thrall of Dracula, where he's like, I'll do your. He's like his Igor. He's
Well,
like,
I mean,
Mini.
Nicholas Holt played sort of a zombie, so you can play sort of a vampire, I guess.
Nicholas Holt is one of those adorable guys. You just want to
He-
roll up.
He played a zombie that
Throw him in your pocket.
if he gets to fall in love with a lady,
Right.
then he turns back into a human, I guess.
Wasn't he in
War bodies.
Wasn't he in
War
Mad
Bodies.
Max too?
He
the
was
one
in
with
Mad Max
Jared,
as well.
Was he a
with
war
Tom
boy?
Hardy.
He was.
Yeah, he was. He like banged.
War Boy.
He did
He was
something.
also
Yeah.
he's also Beast, the guys in First Class.
Oh, you're right.
So whatever. Like
So he
that's
plays
the shining
monsters
moment.
and everything.
Adorable. But he was also kind of like a teens actor too. Like he definitely started, I would say, like mid-teens.
Sure.
So sure.
Cool.
I mean, sure.
Thumbs
Let's
medium
do
on
it.
that.
It's not Keanu Reeves,
Thumbs
and it's
medium.
Alvin Nikolai. So
Guys,
sure.
speaking of Keanu Reeves,
We got nothing left. So.
What?
I
Really?
have a ton of Keanu Reeves stuff in here.
We got some Matrix
Yes.
4 stuff, hopefully?
This conversation has a real flow to it.
Yeah, I mean it's just organic, like the organic robots made from African clawed frogs. They're gonna kill us.
They're gonna kill us.
So this is all Matrix Resurrections news here.
Spoilers.
Jessica
No.
Henwick had to choose between the Matrix
I heard this, yeah.
Resurrections and Marvel Shang-Chi because they're basically like each studio is like, if you try out for the one, you can't try out for our thing.
So would she have
Those
been
little
his
bitches.
sister, I'm guessing?
No, the rumor was she would have played Colleen Wing.
Oh.
It would have been the introduction
Colleen
of Colleen
Wing,
Wing
okay,
to the
alright,
Shang-Chi.
okay.
Oh, and they just didn't end up doing it.
Yeah, they're just
I'm
okay.
like,
all right with that, to be honest, because, like,
Because they could bring her in
she's
at a
an
later
actual martial
date.
artist.
Yeah.
but I hate that they're like, we need to bring all these MCU people in except for fucking the dude who played Iron Fist. Like, everyone except for him.
But why would you want to bring him
Because he
in?
was
But
the worst.
they shouldn't,
He's
like,
a
bring
curator.
most of them in, but not him. Like, they should.
He is.
They're going to cast him as,
They're-
like,
They're gonna act like he never existed.
I guess.
And, I'm
And
fine
then
with
maybe
that.
in like 5 years, they're gonna reboot it with a much better person.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Or like the actual Asian guy that they have.
No, yeah, and he'll come in and be like a
Let's
sidekick
do
or
that.
something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fuck Danny Rand.
No, that shouldn't have existed. Like that was.
I'm white and I'm the best martial artist.
That's
Get
when my
outta
mom
here.
is like, you know, I dated.
Get your
a black
fucking
man.
shit out of
And
here.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so
He was
basically,
pretty white, yeah.
and the biggest thing of this was like this was before the audition, so like she basically had to choose
They
like.
told her she could either do one or the other, basically.
But it's just like you can only audition. Like it's not like you like she had to choose
Yeah.
between the parts. It's like she had to choose just to audition,
Right.
and so she may not have even got the part, but she did, of course.
But
She's
guess what
playing-
she did? Yeah.
This is what happened when
She's
I
gonna
got
play
my
Bugs.
job as the coordinator at ECC. They're like, you can either do this
But-
one or you do this
But the
other
question
one. Same
is,
thing.
is Matrix gonna be as awesome as Shang-Chi was? Because
Yes.
Shang-Chi fucking killed
100%,
it. So
guys.
I hope for
Guys,
her sake it
She plays a
is.
character named Bugs, who has the white rabbit. Bugs.
She's the white
Yeah,
rabbit,
she's got
yeah.
the
Honey, get it?
Uh,
Get it?
Oh, I thought
Boom!
she was covered in bugs.
Get it?
Yeah, she had like bugs
Well, she's
on
probably like a
her.
hacker named
I
Bugs.
have craps. Like,
Oh wait,
okay.
hackers. Wait. Oh.
Did you just
Zero
stream
cool.
conscious it?
You're thinking of zero.
No,
cool.
yeah, I just realized that hackers is a part of the Matrix, like universe,
Oh,
right?
obviously. We're gonna see John Lee Miller in this one.
Yeah. Yes, please.
So speaking of not John Lee Miller, another white guy named Jonathan Groff. So Jonathan Groff recently in an interview said that fighting Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, not confirmed in all the trailers, was like having sex.
Oh my God,
I
that's
assumed
some intense
he
shit.
was ready for this shit.
Or
So-
maybe is that
So-
sexy?
so-
No,
in
but
the
I
tra-
think like what he's saying is working with Keanu Reeves is like sex. So everyone who gets to work with Keanu Reeves is basically
It's like tantric.
So
Yeah.
Jonathan
that's just
Groff.
his.
He
He just exudes that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
he's
yeah.
from what's that show on Netflix? Not damn it, I can't remember.
Jonathan
the name.
Groff.
Criminal Minds, not Criminal Minds. It's like
NCIS.
Mind-
Oh no! The
Mind
mind,
Thief, Chris
mind,
Angel.
no, mind hunt. No,
Mind
I love
Hunters.
this show.
Mindhunters.
Brain rapist.
It's about the FBI and when they first started
It's like
profiling
Mindhunters,
serial
yeah, he's in that
killers.
show.
Yeah.
You know what we're saying.
But
But also
motherfucker.
for
He's
King
Mindhunters.
George and
Is
Hamilton.
it? Yeah.
Mindhunters,
Yes, and King George and
No, I
Hamilton.
heard you say.
Yes, the most punchable faces you've said
Yeah.
He
before
does have
about
a
him.
very-
Right, and so like in the trailer, he definitely plays a very
Sinister-ish.
no, not even like he comes off in a lot of actually a lot of analysis are like that he's just like his boss. He's just like a guy that's like, oh, you're not actually in the Matrix. The Matrix is the name of a game that you're designing. You know, and so.
Oh, he's very like unassuming and
yes,
like yeah.
But he's even like, yes, we fought, and it was like fucking.
No, you can't fool me on that shit.
Yeah, well,
like when I first saw him, like that's the fucking bag.
And like he looks like a Smith, so like, he's we're all Mark
Smith. Because he's the whitest of white dudes for
he's
sure.
He's like the king of Smiths.
But the Mind Hunters, I think it is Mind Hunters, right? Yeah,
it's Mind
Hunters. That's a fucking great show. I love that show. I hope they make a third season. It was really good. Some other great people in it too. But I mean, sure. I mean, obviously, The Matrix, especially when you're getting to the fourth movie, like maybe the fifth movie, you're counting like the Animatrix.
I'm definitely
you cannot 100% believe anything that's said within the movie because you. There you go. Okay, so 6. It's the 6th.
Sparks any guidance.
Yeah, the 6th entry into this universe. Like, you can't take anything for granted. Like, everything has to be taken with a grain of salt because it could be anything that they want it to be, and that is something that I love about the Wachowski sisters is that they're just like. This is just some fucking, like, you did drugs and this is what happened shit going on, so let's see what it is.
Both Jessica Henry, and obviously, we all know at this point, like, we're all smart people out here, know that the Matrix was an analog for the Wachowskis coming out as trans.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's their journey and their story, and even Carrie Ann Moss has said, you know, I feel honored to play this kind of character, which is part of that. But both Keanu Reeves now and Jessica Henwick in different interviews have come out and said like the Matrix is kind of like this new look and tone to it, with more humor and like almost a brighter look, which we kind of see in the trailer too.
No, and that's kind of important because I feel like not the first movie, the second and third movies, like almost got like, you could tell that the producers were pushing them too much. They were very rushed. They kind of went down all these different segues that never really came together.
And then the architect guys.
Right, exactly. Like it was not, it just, they rushed them.
Robot Jesus.
So
I am Robot Jesus.
I'm actually excited about the fourth one because I feel like they took their time again and they really thought about it and it's going to be an analog to what we're going through. Let's do it.
We gonna found footage this or what?
Let's find footage of this one.
Depends on how good it is,
right? 4D?
I 40 after 40. We should just like, if they let us
we have to do 40Xs, right?
Yeah.
3D 40.
Right.
3D 40.
Do you think it'll be like going to see The Matrix for the first time, like as a teenager? Or I don't know how old you guys were.
Okay, so
I was like 14.
I was still a teenager. So
we had 1998.
I do have the Matrix story.
99, right?
Me and my freshman year roommate, Don Conger, fan of the show.
Don Ray Conger III.
Yeah, Don Ray Conger III. We torrented the Matrix because it was a torrent online. It was like on Napster or something.
Yes.
And it took us like 3 days to torrent the movie. And it was the full movie, but without the Dragula song in it. So like the scene where like in the club he's just like he's just standing there, it's silent, complete silence. It's like
it's just like
I'm like, what is happening here? And it's like, I'm gonna whisper in your ear, it's me, I'm gonna whisper in your ear, like, what is happening in the scene? Yeah, and then we're like we went together and watched it in the theater, guys. It wasn't just us stealing movies, but we're like, they do it in a club. Like, okay, because it's just like no. And there's also one other scene where it was like, I'm thinking of. I never think of Torrent, but yeah, that was the only thing that was different. It was just there was no Dragula song, so it was just Neil going like.
Because Rob Zombie definitely wouldn't have given out the rights to that song.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not done with the song yet. And
I have the most annoying wife.
Yeah, so we watched it 6 days before it came out in theaters, and then we went to see it in theaters, so it worked, guys.
You were so cool. You were so cool. I had a huge crush on a guy.
What?
Who would
Okay, just making sure because I was like,
we were like 12, right? Because you guys were 9. So I was 14. I was 14.
It was gross.
So no, there was a guy that I had a crush on, and he used to he would run super hard and run up on the wall for a few feet and then come back down again. And that was his.
That's why you had a crush on
Matrix thing. No, not because of that. Because we were both very sexual at a young age, and so we naturally.
Are you saying you fucked?
No!
You just
I
forget
would've.
this.
Listen to this.
I was dead.
No, we
DTF.
came together.
DTF.
You know, like at the beginning when
They
you're
touch
just
their
like,
front part.
yeah, you just like kind of put your
You're like
bodies
rubbing your legs
together.
You're like, oh, there's
Like,
a
oh.
legs.
Yeah.
Hips are hitting
They
each
bop
other.
their front
You're
parts
like,
together.
ooh,
Like, you know.
look, ooh.
Unfortunately, I know too much of that.
Oh,
Like,
it's okay.
can we take our pants off for this?
Yeah. And
Can we
like,
keep them on?
and you're like kissing, and like you might bump teeth because it's like really aggressive. You're like,
It's like,
I don't do with all these hormones.
yeah,
They're,
yeah.
they're trying to spell my
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah.
My teeth, is that a thing you do
Yeah.
when you kiss? Do I put it in your belly button? I don't know where I put it.
Oh, it's so awkward.
Guys, Colby Smulders reprising
Yes,
the role of
Smulders.
Maria Hill.
Finally.
In Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
So they've already got Ben Mendelsohn.
They're
And Mendelsohn and Clark.
fucking
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson back. We also have Emilia Clarke
Sure.
As something.
as something.
Not sure yet.
As something.
As a ghost
What-
from
what-
last
Sexy
Christmas.
Scroll?
What we we cast her as sexy scroll, super scroll maybe.
Mm.
I thought that's what Ben Mendelsohn was supposed to be. He's
I
just
think
like
it's
regular
just
scroll.
scroll. Yeah, the super scroll is like has basically all the powers of Fantastic Four. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. He starts as a bad as a villain. They're like, I can fight all the Fantastic Four and beat them because I have all their powers.
Because he was hit by cosmic rays.
He's like, basically the scrolls were like, we're gonna send him cosmic ray style into the cosmic rays.
Whenever we talk about Fantastic Four, I just think about Maria Bamford as Debris in Arrested Development when they make the Fantastic Four musical. She's so good. Sorry.
She's so.
I think about that before I think about Jessica Alba.
I think
I'm proud
about-
of that.
I think
But to be
everyone does
no,
that.
but to be fair, I think about Jamie Bell
I
first.
think
as
about
the
one of our
thing.
next
Jamie
birth-
Bell.
I love Jamie
I think
Bell.
about one of our next Burn After Watch
Wow.
movies starring Jamie Bell.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. We need to watch
Yeah,
that.
let's do it.
We need to burn that movie.
I'm
and cry.
ready.
You watch your
You're
not- no, no.
version, is that what you're saying?
You think you're ready. You're not fucking ready.
Have you not
Isn't
seen
that
it before?
No,
Kate-
she has not.
Kate Mara's in that,
It's
isn't
so
she?
fucking bad.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
is,
the
is
one.
bad movie.
Oh, this is not the
Michael B.
Roger
Jordan
Corman
in
version.
that, right?
Yeah,
too?
yeah. He's Johnny Storm.
Yeah, and then who's the dad? I can't
The
remember the
dad.
actor's
Miles
name. Yeah,
Teller
yeah.
plays Reed Richards.
There you go.
Dr.
Ooh.
Doom's in this one
Yeah.
as the villain. And played by a
Do you
guy
remember
that's
who played him?
famous.
Wait, so they go to another
I just
planet,
saw-
right, and come back with
It's
superpowers or
fucking
something?
bad. It's
So-
a bad movie.
So the guy that plays Dr. Doom in that movie looks exactly like one of my friends from like when I was in my early 20s. So every time I see him, I don't remember the guy's name. It's like, oh, it's Alex Cassie, and it's not that guy. It's a very different
Not
guy.
him.
And I'm just like,
It's
I
an
wish it
actor.
was him because at least he was cool.
Actor?
Because at least he was cool.
Actor.
It's such a bad movie.
Guys, I have
Yeah,
maybe
Let's
one
come
more
back to some regular news.
Guys, I have one more thing, and it's
Okay.
super important news. Tom Holland is never leaving the MCU. He's never leaving Spider-Man.
Never.
Basically, he's
There's
like,
another trilogy
He's
supposedly
basically
coming
like,
up.
he's like, if I was playing Spider-Man when I'm 30, I'm going to kill myself. And they're like, yeah, you're playing Spider-Man for.
Yeah,
like,
we
30
bought you for
years.
$11 billion, so you're fine. You're in
Yeah,
here.
we owe you. We owe you now, bud.
Like, we'll let you
No,
do
but-
Hey,
a
Zendaya,
Uncharted
I'm
movies.
going to go off into the sunset. Like, no, you're not. You're not.
No, we own both of you. We actually own your names now.
Like, yeah, we owe you.
Like the WWE.
Get back in there.
Except at least they get healthcare.
Like, he's like, get back in there, pal.
Didn't
And
wait?
merch
Okay, you guys. So
Okay.
we love Keith Lee with a passion. He's
Keith,
amazing.
Keith Bearcatty, but yes.
Nothing to do with
Okay.
Spider-Man, but keep going.
So he says they didn't pay for his medical bills. They
But-
say that they did
They
pay
say
for his
they
medical bills.
And I believe Bruce Pritchard.
Right?
Trustworthy guy, that one.
So I hate that this is a thing.
Yeah.
I hate that I
me too.
don't want to watch any like wrestling anymore. I'm just like
So I'm gonna say I haven't watched the wrestling in like several months. I did watch the Survivor Series. I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it.
mm.
We did not watch Survivor Series.
And that's our Deep into Wrestling corner, guys. We love you
Yeah.
guys.
Hey,
You know
let's
what?
go back to Spider-Man. 'cause we were just
Let's
there.
support wrestlers.
No, that's all I had for that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
You got more?
Yeah, no, I
Three
saw it.
movies
They said they want to do a new trilogy.
Sure.
That they're,
But Tom Holland
basically,
was also like, why don't you get Miles Morales, assholes?
yeah,
Yeah.
but this trilogy was also supposed to include.
No, I love that he was literally like, I have an idea to bring Miles Morales into the
Yeah.
universe.
But this trilogy is also supposed to include these fragmented universes that will be made supposedly
The
in Far From
multiverse,
Home.
yeah.
And also include Michael Morbius, include Venom, You know, they could definitely do a movie where they bring Venom into here and do
I
something.
mean, I'm okay with the Venom movie. We don't need Michael Morbius.
I don't really give a shit about Michael
Morbius. The living
No, but Morbius.
Worst character.
We need Morbius, right? Because we're gonna have a new Blade. So with the Eternals.
So, we don't need
That'd be
Blade.
that would be how I want to see Michael. Like he's like, I'm here, and then Blade just kills him.
Yeah, no, good.
Immediately murders him.
Great with
No,
that.
so yeah, we have the Morbius movie, and then we have the Blade movie, and he literally just murders him in the
murders
first
him
5
immediately.
minutes, and
First
we're like,
5
okay.
minutes, yeah.
He's like, I'm in this movie.
Stab, dead. Good.
Like,
We're
good.
like, thanks, dude.
Thank you, Marshall
Hey,
Ali. You're
hey.
the best person ever.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm Nick Cage.
Jared
He
Leto,
sounds bullshit.
That's right.
fan of the podcast. The thing is, Jared Leto might actually read our podcast. Like, he would actually find this podcast and watch it.
He's
Oh, Caster Troy!
too busy. He's too busy sending like pig heads to his.
Yeah, fuck you, Jared Leto.
But
Since
not-
my
But
so-called
not
life.
Nicolas Cage.
What if that's our
No.
new sign off forever? He's just like, fuck you, Jared Leto.
Hey, get back to him. He's
Bing
done.
bang.
Stay classy.